The stars were quiet. Too quiet. In the human colonies at the edge of known space, life went on as usual. Traders moved between stations. Miners dug precious ores from small planets. Families laughed in their homes, unaware of the shadow approaching. Then the sensors on the orbital stations began to beep frantically. Lights flashed red across the control panels. Commander Harlan, sitting in the main observation deck, frowned. "What is it?" he asked. His lieutenant, a young officer named Kira, pointed at the readings. "It's massive," she said. "An alien fleet. Hundreds of warships. They're entering our space. Fast. Too fast." Harlan stood up. His heart pounded. "This is bigger than anything we've seen. Alert the fleet." Within minutes, every human outpost in the sector was on high alert. Sirens blared. Ships scrambled into the void, but the fleet was tiny compared to what was coming. The alien ships were enormous, dark, and covered in strange symbols that glowed with energy. They moved in perfect formation like a living organism. Across the galaxy, the alien commanders laughed. On their flagship, a towering being called Zarkin looked at the sensor screens. "Humans?" he hissed. "So small. So weak. They will die before they even know war has arrived." His lieutenants chuckled. "Yes, Commander. They are nothing. A small pest. We can crush them in moments." But something puzzled them. Sensors kept picking up strange signals coming from the human colonies. Odd energy pulses. No pattern. No origin. "It is unusual," one officer said nervously. "It cannot be their weapons. It's something else." Zarkin sneered. "It doesn't matter. They are insignificant. Prepare to destroy the first settlement. Show them how weak humans truly are." Meanwhile, on a hidden human shipyard, a lone warship stirred. It was a dreadnought, one of the largest human ships ever built. Its hull gleamed silver against the darkness of space. Its captain, Elias Vorn, walked calmly along the deck inspecting his crew. Every officer and sailor was tense. Some shook with fear. Some stared silently at the stars. "Focus," Elias said in a steady voice. "They may be larger. They may be stronger. But they underestimate us. And that will be their mistake." The dreadnought's engines hummed. Its weapons glowed faintly, ready to fire. The ship was designed to face overwhelming odds. No one believed it could do so alone. But Elias believed in his crew. He believed in humans. Outside, the first alien ships began their attack. Energy blasts lit the dark void. Human colonies sent out defense drones, but many were destroyed instantly. Panic spread among the civilians. Elias watched through the observation window. "Hold the line," he said softly. Then he gave the order. "Engage. Move to intercept." The dreadnought surged forward, faster than any human ship of its size had ever moved. Alien sensors caught it immediately. "A human ship." Zarkin roared. "It is alone. Attack." The dreadnought dodged the first energy beams. Its shields held. Then it fired back. A pulse of energy shot from its main cannon, hitting one of the alien cruisers. The ship shuddered under the impact. Explosion followed explosion. Even the alien commanders paused. Something was different about these humans. Back on the dreadnought, the crew worked as one. Every move was precise. Every command was clear. Despite the fear, they fought with skill and bravery. Elias moved calmly among them, reassuring, guiding, and leading by example. The alien fleet tried to surround the dreadnought. They fired from all directions. The ship rocked with every hit, sparks flying along the corridors. Yet it held. Yet it fought back. Zarkin's laughter faded. He had expected an easy victory. But this was not easy. The humans fought with something he did not understand. Strategy, courage, determination. Even with one ship, they resisted. Suddenly, the dreadnought disappeared from the alien sensors for a few heart-stopping moments. On Zarkin's flagship, panic stirred. "Where did it go?" one lieutenant shouted. Elias had activated a hidden cloak. The dreadnought moved silently through the alien formation. Then, with precision and speed, it struck again. One by one, alien ships exploded. The fleet faltered. Chaos spread among the attackers. Back on the human colonies, civilians watched the distant flashes of battle. They could not see the details, but they knew something incredible was happening. One lone human ship was fighting hundreds of enemies, and winning moments at a time. Elias looked out at the stars. His calm face hid the tension in his chest. He knew this was only the beginning. The aliens would not give up easily. But for now, humanity had shown the galaxy it would not be crushed quietly. and in the dark corners of the universe, a new story began to form. A story of courage, of defiance, of humans standing against impossible odds. The Dreadnought moved forward. The battle had begun. And the galaxy would never forget the name of the humans who dared to fight. Ending suspense, the alien fleet regrouped, more ships coming from the shadows. One lone human dreadnought faced the full wrath of the galaxy. Could it survive? Could it hold the line? Or was this only the start of a war no one could imagine? The dreadnought moved silently through the void, its massive hull reflecting distant starlight. Every human station, every colony watched the lone ship as it approached the alien fleet. Fear mixed with awe in the eyes of the observers. How could one human ship face hundreds of alien warships and survive? On the dreadnought, Captain Elias Vorn stood on the bridge, calm and focused. His crew moved quickly, checking weapons, shields, and navigation systems. The tension was heavy, but Elias's confidence spread like a wave through the ship. "Sir, the enemy is forming a trap," Lieutenant Kira reported. "They are surrounding the sector. If we enter, we could be destroyed from all sides." Elias studied the readings. "Good," he said quietly. "Then we will make them regret underestimating us." Outside, the alien fleet moved in perfect formation. Ships as big as small planets floated in space, their weapons humming with deadly energy. From the bridge of the alien flagship, Commander Zarkin observed the human ship. "Pathetic," he said. "One ship against all of us. Fire everything." Energy beams streaked across the darkness, lighting up the void. The human dreadnought rocked under the first attacks. Sparks flew along the hull. Alarms blared. The crew gripped their stations, bracing for impact. Elias raised his hand. "Hold steady. Wait for my mark." The dreadnought dodged the next wave of fire, moving in ways the aliens did not expect. It spun, twisted, and accelerated faster than anyone thought possible for a ship of its size. Alien sensors struggled to keep track. "Impossible," one alien lieutenant shouted. "It should not move like that." Elias watched the enemy ships carefully. He noticed a pattern. Their formation was too tight, too predictable. And there it was, a weakness, just a small opening between the two largest cruisers. "Fire now," Elias commanded. A pulse of energy shot from the dreadnought's main cannon. The beam struck the cruiser's shield with a bright flash. Then the ship exploded in a massive fireball. The shockwave pushed nearby enemy ships slightly off balance. "Another target," Kira said. "Right side, sir. They are regrouping." Elias nodded. "Do it." The dreadnought fired again, striking another cruiser. The aliens roared in anger and disbelief. How could one human ship destroy two of their massive warships in minutes? Meanwhile, back on human colonies, civilians watched the distant flashes of battle. Parents held their children close. Miners and traders forgot their daily lives. The impossible was happening. The lone human dreadnought was fighting the entire alien fleet. Inside the dreadnought, every crew member worked as one. The navigation officer guided the ship through deadly energy storms. Engineers repaired shields and weapons as fast as damage occurred. Gunners fired with precise timing. The ship was alive with movement and energy, a single organism driven by skill and courage. The aliens changed tactics. Smaller ships moved to flank the dreadnought. Larger ships prepared a concentrated strike from both sides. "Brace for impact," Elias said calmly. "Hold your positions." The dreadnought shook violently as energy blasts struck. The hull groaned. Sparks flew along the corridors. But the ship survived. And then, with a sudden movement, Elias executed a daring maneuver. The dreadnought shot forward between two massive cruisers, turning at impossible speed, and fired its main cannon at the lead alien ship. The explosion rocked space. Pieces of alien ships floated in the void. Silence followed for a few terrifying seconds. Then alarms on the alien flagship blared. Commander Zarkin's face turned red with fury. "Do not underestimate them," he shouted. "Do not let them survive." But the dreadnought was gone from their sensors again. Like a ghost, it moved unpredictably. One moment behind their formation, the next striking from the side. Each attack hit precisely where it hurt the most. The alien fleet staggered, their perfect formation broken. "Captain," Kira said, "we've done serious damage, but more ships are coming from the rear. Reinforcements." Elias did not flinch. "Then we fight them too. Remember, we are human. We do not back down." The new wave of alien ships advanced, confident that the lone human ship could not survive another attack. But the dreadnought met them head-on. Energy beams clashed. Explosions filled space. The human ship moved faster than ever, dodging, attacking, and surviving. For a moment, the battle seemed endless. Sparks, debris, fire, and metal filled the void. Every second counted. Every decision could mean life or death. Finally, the alien commanders paused. Something was different. Humans fought not like the weak, terrified species they had expected. They fought with courage, with strategy, with unexpected skill. One ship was holding the line against hundreds. Elias looked out at the stars, the weight of the battle heavy on his shoulders. He knew this was only the beginning. The aliens would not give up easily. But for now, humanity had shown the galaxy it would not be crushed quietly. Ending suspense, the Dreadnought floats alone among wreckage and explosions. The alien fleet retreats for a moment to regroup. But more reinforcements are coming from the shadows. Can one human ship continue to hold the line, or is the next attack too strong? The alien fleet had retreated for now, but the damage was done. Several massive ships floated in pieces among the stars, their lights flickering before fading into darkness. On the alien flagship, Commander Zarkin paced angrily. His clawed hands clenched in frustration. "Impossible," he hissed. "One human ship, just one, has destroyed so many of our warships. How?" His lieutenants exchanged worried glances. Alien technology was advanced, far beyond anything humans had produced, or so they thought. Yet this dreadnought had moved, attacked, and survived in ways no alien could predict. "Scan for weapons patterns, sir," said one officer. "Analyze energy signatures. Find the weakness." Zarkin glared at the readouts. "I want answers. Now, if we cannot understand them, we cannot defeat them. And if we cannot defeat them," his voice trailed off. The thought alone made him uneasy. Meanwhile, in the human dreadnought, Captain Elias Vorn studied the alien fleet through the observation window. His ship had sustained minor damage, but the crew had managed repairs quickly. The human engineers had invented ways to reinforce shields and repair weapons while in combat, methods no alien technology could detect or predict. "Sir," Lieutenant Kira reported, "the aliens are scanning us. They're trying to understand how we move so fast and strike so precisely." Elias smiled slightly. "Let them try. They won't succeed. Humans are not just machines, they think differently. They can adapt." He turned to the tactical officer. "Prepare for the next phase. We'll use their expectations against them." The human crew worked in perfect coordination. Engineers monitored shield integrity. Gunners adjusted targeting based on the enemy's movements. Navigators calculated paths through asteroid fields and debris. The dreadnought became a single organism, alive with focus and purpose. Far across the battlefield, the alien fleet regrouped. Commander Zarkin's scientists were baffled. "Sir," one whispered, "their weapons are unpredictable. Their shields regenerate in ways we cannot measure. Even their speed, it should be impossible." Zarkin's claws raked the console. "Then it is not just the ship," he growled. "It is the humans themselves. They are clever. They are brave. And they are dangerous. Attack again, find a way to overwhelm them." The aliens moved in tighter, using larger warships to corner the dreadnought. Yet every attack was countered. The humans had learned the alien patterns. Each move was anticipated. Each strategy was clever and daring. Elias glanced at the tactical map. "They think they can trap us, but they are wrong." He pressed a button on the console. A quiet hum filled the ship. Then, without warning, the dreadnought disappeared from alien sensors once more. The aliens panicked. "Where did they go?" one cried. "They cannot vanish." "They can," Zarkin admitted quietly, his face pale. "Their technology, it is beyond our understanding. How is one species so small so capable?" In reality, Elias had activated a hidden system built into the dreadnought's hull. It absorbed incoming energy and redirected it, masking the ship's presence. Humans had invented methods to manipulate energy fields, bending light and sensors. It was subtle but deadly effective. "Prepare for a surprise strike," Elias said. "We hit their lead ship first." The crew waited in tense silence. Then, with precise timing, the dreadnought fired. A bright pulse of energy shot forward and struck the alien flagship's hull. Sparks and explosions tore through the enemy vessel. Its shield struggled to hold. Alarm klaxons blared. Zarkin roared in fury. "Impossible. One ship, just one, is destroying my fleet." How? The alien fleet staggered. Ships collided accidentally as formation broke. Smaller warships tried to flee, but the humans chased with speed no one expected. Elias observed calmly. "This is what they fear," he said softly. They think we are weak. They think we are primitive. But they are learning the truth. The humans struck again and again. Each attack was precise. Each movement was calculated. The Dreadnought was not just a weapon, it was a symbol of human ingenuity and courage. In the shadows of the galaxy, other human ships prepared silently. The Dreadnought's success was inspiring. Reports from distant stations spread the news. Humans could fight, humans could survive, humans could win. Zarkin's anger boiled over. "Do not underestimate them again," he shouted. But deep down he feared what he could not understand. The humans were clever, fast, and brave. And one ship had proven they were not to be ignored. Elias turned to his crew. "They are regrouping. More ships will come. But we have done what few could ever imagine. We survived. We struck fear. And we will continue to do so." The Dreadnought floated silently among the wreckage, its hull gleaming despite the minor damage. Outside the stars shimmered. Space was quiet again, but only for a moment. The aliens were planning. They would not forget the human ship. They would not forgive. And yet, humanity had shown that courage, ingenuity, and determination could overcome overwhelming odds. One ship, one crew, one human captain, against an entire alien fleet. Ending suspense, the alien fleet retreats, shaken and confused. But Zarkin's warships are only regrouping. A more dangerous attack is coming. The humans may have won the first battle, but the war is far from over. Will the Dreadnought survive the next challenge, or is the galaxy about to witness humanity's greatest test? The Dreadnought glided silently through the void, its silver hull glinting under distant starlight. Captain Elias Vorn stood on the bridge, eyes scanning the darkness ahead. The alien fleet had retreated after the first clash, but Elias knew it was only temporary. They were regrouping, planning something dangerous. "Sir," Lieutenant Kira said, pointing at the holographic display. "Sensors show a star system up ahead. But something is unusual. Energy readings spike near the asteroid belt. It could be a trap." Elias leaned closer. "A trap?" he murmured. His fingers tapped the console. "Good. Then we will use it against them." Far away, Commander Zarkin and his lieutenants laughed cruelly aboard the alien flagship. "The humans are clever, yes," Zarkin said, his eyes narrow. "But even clever prey can be cornered. Prepare the ambush. Lead the Dreadnought into the asteroid field. Crush them where they cannot escape." Back on the human Dreadnought, the crew worked quietly. They had faced overwhelming odds before, but this time the danger was different. The asteroid field was massive, filled with jagged rocks and unstable debris. One wrong move could tear the ship apart. Elias moved calmly among his officers. "Remember," he said softly, "we may be small in numbers, but we are fast, we are clever, and we are human. Use your wits, not just weapons." The Dreadnought entered the outer edge of the asteroid field. Giant rocks drifted past like sleeping giants. Sensors beeped constantly, warning of collisions. The alien fleet waited in the shadows, energy weapons charged and ready. Suddenly, a massive rock shifted, almost hitting the ship. "Evasive maneuvers," Elias shouted. The crew reacted instantly, adjusting thrusters, twisting the massive ship with precision. Sparks flew along the hull from minor collisions, but the Dreadnought survived. Kira pointed to the tactical map. "Sir, they are flanking us. Smaller alien fighters are coming from both sides." Elias nodded. "Then we fight smarter. Draw them into the trap, our trap." Using the narrow corridors of the asteroid field, the Dreadnought moved unpredictably. The aliens followed, thinking the humans were cornered. But every move was planned. Every dodge was calculated. The massive rocks became allies, shielding the Dreadnought from frontal attacks and funneling the alien ships into tight spaces. "Prepare the main cannon," Elias ordered. "We hit them at the perfect moment." The alien fleet grew frustrated. "How can one ship survive here?" one lieutenant growled. "They are using the asteroids against us?" From the shadows, the humans launched a counterattack. Mines hidden among the asteroids exploded near the alien formation. Energy beams from the Dreadnought sliced through smaller ships. The fleet staggered, their perfect formation broken. Zarkin's face twisted in rage. "Impossible. How are they doing this?" Elias moved the Dreadnought between two massive asteroids. The ship's engines roared. A pulse of energy shot from the main cannon, striking the lead alien warship. The explosion was enormous, sending shockwaves across the field. Debris collided with alien ships, causing more chaos. The alien fleet was in disarray. Fighters collided with cruisers. Explosions lit the darkness. And through it all, the human Dreadnought moved with grace and precision, dodging, attacking, surviving. Sir, Kira said, they are trying to regroup. More reinforcements approaching from behind. Elias smiled slightly. Then we finish this carefully. Keep your focus. They are counting on fear. But we are humans. We adapt. The dreadnought twisted around another massive rock, firing its secondary weapons. A small cruiser exploded, then another. The aliens realized their trap had backfired. The asteroid field was no longer a danger for the humans, it was their weapon. Every rock, every shadow was a shield and a weapon in disguise. Zarkin's claw slammed on the console. Stop them. Do not let them escape. But the humans were already moving toward the edge of the field. One more maneuver and they would have broken the ambush. Every crew member held their breath as the dreadnought dodged a massive alien beam, then accelerated, slipping through the gaps of the remaining asteroids. The aliens watched helplessly as their trap failed. One human ship, using brains, courage, and technology, had turned their ambush into disaster. Ships burned, formations shattered, morale broke. Elias looked out at the stars, calm but alert. This is only the beginning, he said quietly. They will not stop. But neither will we. Outside, distant colonies and stations watched. Sparks, explosions, and shadows of ships marked the battlefield. They could not see everything, but they understood the truth. One human dreadnought had survived an ambush meant to destroy it. One human crew had turned a trap into victory. Ending suspense, the alien fleet retreats once again, licking their wounds. But more reinforcements are coming from the deep sectors. The human dreadnought has survived the trap, but the galaxy's deadliest enemies are far from finished. Can one ship continue to outsmart an entire fleet, or is the next ambush even more dangerous than this one? The dreadnought moved swiftly through the debris-strewn void, its hull glowing faintly as energy shields stabilized after the last ambush. Captain Elias Vorn stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the distant alien fleet. They had survived impossible traps, shattered ambushes, and countless attacks. But the enemy was not finished. Sir, Lieutenant Kira said, pointing at the tactical display. They're regrouping. Larger ships are coming from the outer sectors. This is not just an attack, it's an overwhelming force. Elias nodded. Then we show them what humans are capable of. His voice was calm, but determination burned in his eyes. Prepare the fleet. Even one ship can inspire many. Across human-controlled space, word of the dreadnought's victories had spread. Small human ships, previously scattered across distant colonies, moved toward the battlefield. Pilots, engineers, and crews who had once doubted their strength now felt hope. One ship could not fight the galaxy alone, but a united human response could turn the tide. Sir, Kira said, reinforcements are joining us. Several vessels from nearby sectors are moving in. They're small, but they are ready to fight. Elias smiled faintly. Good. Every ship counts. Every human counts. Let's show the galaxy why we fight. Far away, Commander Zarkin observed the human movements with growing unease. What is this? He growled. One ship was already dangerous. Now others are coming? The humans, they are organizing. This is unacceptable. Alien lieutenants panicked. We cannot underestimate them. Prepare the secret weapon, sir. It is time to end this. Zarkin's claws raked the console. Do it. Unleash it. Show the humans why we are the rulers of this galaxy. Back on the dreadnought, the crew readied themselves. Shields were reinforced, weapons primed, and engines humming. They had survived so much already, but the next battle would test them like never before. The alien fleet surged forward, energy beams firing from every direction. The human dreadnought led the smaller ships, coordinating attacks with precision. Though outnumbered, they used clever tactics, dodging, flanking, and striking where it hurt the most. Incoming, shouted the weapons officer. A massive alien cruiser charged forward, weapons glowing with deadly energy. The dreadnought fired its main cannon, hitting the ship squarely. Explosions ripped through the cruiser, sending debris scattering. The smaller human ships followed, attacking weaker targets with speed and courage. Zarkin's fury boiled over. Impossible. They are coordinated? They are working together? Yes, sir, one lieutenant admitted reluctantly. They are not just fighting. They are learning, adapting, and surviving. Elias observed the battlefield calmly. This is what they fear, he said. They thought we were weak. They thought we could be crushed. But humans fight with courage, with strategy, and together we are unstoppable. The secret weapon of the aliens emerged. A massive, dark ship that pulsed with energy capable of destroying entire sectors. Its presence sent tremors through the human fleet. Smaller ships shook, their weapon systems flickering under the intense radiation emitted by the alien behemoth. Kira's voice was tense. "Sir, the secret weapon, it's coming. Its energy is unlike anything we've faced." Elias's eyes narrowed. "Then we fight smarter. We strike fast. Focus on the weak points. Humanity never surrenders." The dreadnought weaved between enemy fire, dodging massive beams while directing the smaller human ships to strike at the secret weapon's vulnerable spots. Explosions erupted around them, debris floating in deadly patterns. Every move required skill, speed, and courage. The alien flagship fired a concentrated beam at the dreadnought. Shields flared, energy ripped along the hull, and alarms blared. Sparks flew across the bridge. Yet the humans held their formation. "Do not panic," Elias said firmly. "Use your heads. Use your wits. Focus on the target. We survive, we fight, we win." With precise timing, the dreadnought's main cannon fired. The pulse struck the secret weapon directly. Smaller human ships followed with focused attacks. Explosions tore through the massive alien ship. Energy flares lit the void. Pieces of the dark behemoth drifted away, destroyed. The alien fleet faltered. Morale broke. Ships turned to flee, some colliding in panic. Zarkin's roar of fury echoed through the flagship. "Stop them. Stop these humans." But the humans pressed forward, their courage unbroken. The dreadnought led the way, striking targets with skill and precision. The reinforcements, inspired by the lone human ship, attacked boldly. One by one, the aliens were forced to retreat. Elias looked out at the stars, the weight of battle heavy on his shoulders. "We've shown them what humans are capable of," he said quietly. "But this war is far from over. They will return. We must be ready." Outside, human colonies and stations watched the distant flashes of battle. Sparks, explosions, and silhouettes of ships filled the void. Humans had survived, inspired hope, and turned the tide, but the galaxy still held more dangers. Ending suspense, the alien fleet retreats, shattered but not defeated. The secret weapon is destroyed, but reinforcements are still on the way. The humans have won a battle, but the war continues. Can one dreadnought and its crew continue to inspire hope against the full might of the galaxy, or will the next challenge be their last? The stars burned cold and silent around the human dreadnought. Captain Elias Vorn stood on the bridge, staring at the approaching alien fleet. The enemy had retreated after their failed attacks, but this was far from over. The aliens were returning, bigger and stronger than ever, determined to destroy the humans who dared defy them. "Sir," Lieutenant Kira said, tension in her voice, "their numbers are enormous. We are outnumbered at least 10-1. Elias's expression remained calm, though inside, he felt the weight of the moment. "Numbers do not win wars alone," he said. "Strategy, courage, and willpower win. And humanity has all three." Across the galaxy, human reinforcements had gathered. Small ships, fighters, and cruisers had joined the dreadnought's side. Their presence gave hope, but even combined, they were still far weaker than the alien armada. Commander Zarkin, aboard his flagship, bared his teeth in fury. "This time humans will not survive. Fire everything. Crush them completely." Energy beams lit the void like deadly lightning. The human ships dodged and weaved, striking with precision. The dreadnought led the charge, firing its main cannon, dodging and countering every move. Smaller human ships followed its lead, attacking weak points and creating chaos in the alien formation. The battle raged with blinding speed. Explosions tore through the darkness. Ships collided. Debris floated dangerously close to human vessels, but the crews stayed focused. Every moment was life or death. "Incoming!" shouted the weapons officer. A massive alien warship aimed directly at the dreadnought. Energy beams converged, trying to crush it in one strike. The shields flared. Sparks flew along the corridors. The bridge shook violently. Elias clenched his fists. "Do not falter. Steady your positions. Fire at their engines." The crew obeyed instantly. Energy beams hit the alien ship's weak points. Engines exploded. Smoke and fire spewed into space. The massive vessel drifted uselessly, giving the humans a chance to strike again. But the alien flagship was far from defeated. Zarkin's claws slammed the console in rage. "Do not let them escape. Bring the dreadnought down." Elias saw their pattern. The aliens were aggressive, overconfident. "Focus on strategy, not fear," he ordered. "We fight smart, we fight together, and we fight to survive." The dreadnought moved like a shadow, weaving between alien fire, striking at shields, engines and weapon systems. Smaller human ships followed, exploiting every opening. The tide of battle began to change. Alien ships faltered, formation breaking under the relentless assault. Amidst the chaos, Elias noticed the flagship was preparing a massive attack, one capable of destroying the entire human fleet in a single strike. "Everyone brace," he shouted. "This is it, their final blow." The dreadnought accelerated, dodging through flares of energy, leading smaller ships in a precise attack. At the perfect moment, Elias fired the main cannon directly at the flagship's weapon system. The pulse hit dead center. Sparks and explosions ripped through the enemy vessel. The weapon overloaded and detonated. The flagship shook violently, its massive energy flares collapsing into the void. Commander Zarkin screamed in fury, his ship crippled. Without their leader, the alien fleet's morale shattered. Ships began to retreat, some fleeing blindly. Humans pressed forward, relentless but careful, ensuring no stray attacks could harm their allies. Elias took a deep breath. "Hold your positions. Focus. This is the moment we show the galaxy who we are." The dreadnought fired again, striking key alien ships. Smaller vessels destroyed the remaining fighters. One by one, the enemy retreated completely, leaving the human fleet victorious. Across human colonies and stations, people watched the distant battle unfold. Sparks, explosions, and silhouettes of ships lit the dark void. Cheers erupted. Humanity had survived, fought back, and won against impossible odds. Elias stood on the bridge, silent, watching the last of the alien fleet disappear. "We held the line," he said softly. "And humanity has proven we will not be conquered." The crew cheered quietly, still tense from the battle, still aware that this war was far from over. But for this moment they had achieved the impossible. One dreadnought, one crew, and a united human fleet had stopped the terror of the galaxy. Ending suspense. The alien fleet retreats, but shadows linger in the void. Zarkin's forces are not gone. They are regrouping, planning, waiting. Humanity has won a monumental battle, but the war continues. Will humans survive the next attack? Can one species continue to defy the galaxy, or is this victory only temporary? The stars hold their secrets, and the galaxy waits silently for the next chapter in humanity's story.